Coming up next on Cronkite News. As crews work to get the Telegraph fire under control, a new fire breaks out, threatening homes.
And later, with excessive heat warnings, APS is working to help with relief from our hot temps. We have the details.
On Break It Down, are people able to escape from reality anymore when watching TV shows or reading books?
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Isabella Fredrickson.
And I'm Harrison Klopp. Thank you for joining us. State Route 77 closed again over the weekend due to the Telegraph fire. While the fire is at 76% containment, it is still putting residents in danger. The community of El Capitan was ordered to evacuate because of the blaze. The Telegraph fire has destroyed over 20 structures so far and burned an area of more than 137 square miles. More than 2,500 houses have been evacuated so far in rural communities around Superior. More than 1,000 firefighters were watching the lines and growth of the fire on Sunday. Another fire is burning up south of Sedona, the Cornville fire. The Cornville fire caused its own set of evacuation notices, but those have since been lifted and residents have been allowed to return home. That fire has grown to over 1,200 acres as crews work to contain the spread.
Temperatures are rising here in Arizona as we dive deeper into the summer. Arizona Public Service, or APS, is teaming up with community organizations to expand its heat relief support for Arizonans. Julia Sandor explains what the utility company is doing.
APS is partnering with the Foundation for Senior Living, St. Vincent de Paul, the Salvation Army, and Solari to help people stay cool and safe during these summer months. These partnerships will help with air conditioning repairs and replacements, emergency shelters, eviction protections, hydration stations, and transportation services. The programs will continue through September, so vulnerable populations will continue to have access to APS initiatives. Damon Gross, leader of community affairs for APS, says it can get very dangerous in some communities when temperatures start to rise.
We all feel the heat. It's going to be 117, 118 degrees. That hits everyone. And for people who face housing challenges, that can be deadly. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that people have those resources.
Gross says that they want to raise awareness for these programs for people who are reluctant to ask for help. Serving over 1.3 million homes in Arizona, APS hopes to keep their customers safe during the summer months. In the Broadcast Center, Julia Sandor, Cronkite News.
With the excessive heat warnings, there aren't many places you can go to escape those high temps. Let's go to Peyton Watts to get your weather update.
All right, let's take a look at our national forecast for tomorrow. It's going to be about 103 degrees in Billings, Montana, which is extremely hot for the northern half of the United States around this time of year. But as we move into Arizona, it's going to be 118 degrees in Phoenix, which is really, really hot. You guys moving out into the western half of the state, 120 in Bullhead. That is going to be our hottest part on our Arizona map. If you're planning on being outside this week, guys, be sure to drink a lot of water, dress accordingly, and wear a lot of sunscreen because we are in an extreme heat wave right now. Moving into northern Arizona, it's going to be 95 degrees in Flagstaff, which is a little abnormal around this time of year. It's usually in the 88 to 85 degree range. So we're even seeing that heat up in the altitude that we have up north. And then our evening tonight is going to look like 114 degrees around dinner time, 14-mile-per-hour winds, so nothing special there, and mostly sunny outside. As we move into the later hours of the night, 10 p.m., it's going to be 103 degrees, still over 100. So if you're planning on walking your dog or anything, might want to wait until early that morning to do so, as it's still going to be extremely hot. And then for our week, it's going to be about 118 to 16 degree range the next couple of days. But as we move into Friday, we're going to have one of our hottest days, 118, but we're going to get a little bit of clouds. And then moving in towards next Tuesday, it's going to be a little bit colder, if you even want to call it that. 109 degrees, still really, really hot. And in the Weather Center, Peyton Watts, Cronkite News.
The Navajo Nation Council passed legislation that will provide $4 million for hay, grain, and livestock feed. The funds will go to farmers throughout the Sihasin Fund pasture range and forage expenditure plan. Now farmers may be able to qualify for assistance from the funds. According to a Navajo Nation Council delegate, there was a delay to the funds due to internal problems at the Navajo Nation's Controller's Office. The funds was supposed to go out months ago to the chapters of the Navajo Nation. Some ranchers have struggled due to the drought as feral horses are competing for farmers' food. Due to the drought throughout the Southwest that lasted throughout the winter, water runoff has remained low and is leading to low soil moisture.
After a steep drop-off of visitors in 2020, more people are starting to go back to national parks as we are coming out of the pandemic. Nationally, parks saw a 90 million less visits in 2020 than in 2019. Unsurprisingly, Arizona saw a similar trend. Arizona's parks saw a 5 million decrease in visits. Part of that is from the lack of international travelers. But this year is looking to be the start of the return to normal. By April of this year, the Grand Canyon saw over 400,000 people coming to the park. While it's closer, it's still not quite up to where the numbers were before the pandemic.
Coming up next on Cronkite News, a critical blood shortage across the U.S. How the pandemic slowed blood donations.
The Suns return to the Valley after sweeping the Denver Nuggets. We'll show you the moment that some fans and the team had once they arrived back home right after this.
Cronkite News provides students at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism with the opportunity to gain real-world experience in the newsroom. At Cronkite News, our students produce professional content for audiences by taking on all roles, whether they be reporting, anchoring, producing, or studio production. Each department gives students first-hand professional newsroom experience. For more information, visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Ready to watch the best of PBS anytime, anywhere, on nearly any device? It's easy with the free PBS Video app. Simply download the PBS Video app on your mobile or streaming device. Now you can watch the latest PBS episodes or catch up on the shows you missed, discover new favorites from PBS, and local content from your PBS station.
Here we go, lights up. Whoa.
As artists, we conduct our educations in public. You can never know whether it's going to be a success. One just has to risk it.
It's you and the work and the place. It's a very particular relationship.
Here's our lens. Tell us what you think.
Friday night at 9 on Arizona PBS.
This morning, VITALANT announced a nationwide critical blood shortage alert. As Faith Abercrombie reports, blood drive events have slowed down since many schools and businesses have temporarily closed due to the pandemic.
VITALANT is Arizona's largest blood donor group. Right now, nationwide, they have less than a 4-day blood supply.
We're extremely concerned about the supplies of types O positive and O negative, which are the two universal blood types that are used in emergencies and traumas, as well as the blood types substituted when there are shortages of other blood types.
In Arizona, they have a 2.5-day supply of O positive blood. This type of blood can be given to any positive blood type. However, their biggest concern is Arizona's 1-day supply of O negative, which is the universal blood type that can be given to anyone.
You can't wait for an emergency to donate blood because it truly is the blood already on the shelves that saves lives. So if someone you know goes to the hospital and the blood's not already there, it's too late for that person.
VITALANT has 7 blood donation locations in Arizona. THEW says the whole process from start to finish takes about 1 hour.
We take the blood from the crook of your arm right here. It's just a tiny little pinch, no worse than your annual flu shot. 5 to 10 minutes later, you're finished, but in that 1 hour that you spend at VITALANT, you're actually helping to save the lives of 2 to 3 people.
In Tempe, Faith Abercrombie, Cronkite News.
VITALANT says they see less people donating blood, not only from blood drive cancellations, but also holiday weekends. They saw a decrease in donations over the Memorial Day weekend, but they said the week of Independence Day is the lowest week of the year for blood donations. To donate blood, go to donors.vitalant.org.
Another strong COVID vaccine is on the horizon. Maryland-based biotech company NOVAVAX released the results of the trials of a vaccine they have developed. This morning, NOVAVAX announced its vaccine is over 90% effective against the virus and variants. That's according to results from its phase 3 trial. And the vaccine showed about 86% efficacy rate against the Delta variant that is threatening much of the world. The data also showed 100% efficacy against moderate to severe COVID cases. More than 29,000 people in the U.S. and Mexico participated in the trial, but the role of the vaccine is uncertain for the U.S., with Pfizer, Moderna, and the J&J vaccines offering a good supply for the country. The vaccine may be needed in other countries.
President Joe Biden arrived in Brussels today for his first NATO summit as Commander-in-Chief. And along with his arrival, President Biden came with a clear message: America is back. The message was welcome after former President Donald Trump talked of pulling U.S. support. President Biden met with the President of Turkey today at the summit. The relationship between the U.S. and Turkey has been rocky, with Russia and China at the center of tensions. But Turkey will play a critical role in Afghanistan after U.S. troops depart later this year. NATO leaders largely backed Biden's decision to withdraw U.S. troops from Afghanistan by September, according to a senior administration official. Other concerns brought up in the summit were the increase in cyber attacks and rising challenges with China.
I'm Erin Slindy, and coming up after the break, I'll have your Cronkite Sports Report, including how UFC 263 was a major success here in the Valley. That and more after this.
This month in Passport, your on-demand library of the best of PBS.
Everyone has secrets. Are you protecting someone?
I have no choice.
You do have a choice. You're looking at him.
That's amazing. We could be standing on top of a T-Rex right now.
Women demanded new space and pushed the boundaries of what being a lady means.
These and other shows are available with Passport. Become a member of this PBS station, sign in, and start streaming today.
Cronkite News is more than your local news station. Through our innovative ideas, we create new ways to connect with our viewers and have their stories be heard. Our cutting-edge technology allows us to take a deeper dive into seeking the truth and delivering new perspectives. Stay up to date on top Arizona stories anytime on TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook at Cronkite News.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. You know, I don't go anywhere without my passport. And now, thanks to PBS Passport, you can travel with me and watch all 10 seasons of Rick Steves Europe and all my travel specials. This exclusive streaming service is just for our members. Not only can you see all my shows, but you can see thousands of hours of your favorite public television shows. Become a member today and get your passport.
Welcome back to Cronkite News. I'm Erin Slindy, and this is your Cronkite Sports Report. The Suns completed their 4-game sweep of the Denver Nuggets last night with a 7-point win in Denver. They now advance to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in over a decade. The team returned to the Valley late night, and they were greeted at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport by a big crowd of fans. Tickets for the next round are already on sale, and they are going fast. Be sure to get yourself some before it's too late. It was a big weekend for mixed martial arts in the Valley, with UFC 263 taking place at Gila River Arena in Glendale. This being the first UFC event to take place in Arizona in 2 years. The highlight of the night went to Brandon Moreno, who became the first Mexican-born UFC champion. Cronkite Sports reporter Harrison Klopp was there to recap the biggest night of MMA in Arizona history.
Brandon Moreno makes history, Adesanya retains his title, and Arizona is starting to prove why it's becoming such an MMA hotbed.
I came to Arizona with an African who grew up in New Zealand and an Italian. They were the main event, okay? And look at we shattered the gate record here, right?
A lot of Mexican people here in Phoenix,
a lot of support. A lot of people support me. When I start to walk to the octagon, all the people was crazy in that moment. When I got the real naked choke and won the fight, the people was crazy in that moment.
This is the Phoenix that I love. This is all the best parts about Phoenix that I loved, and the reason that we moved here in the first place all came out during fight week, and it was just such a great experience. And then to go home with the win, I know my girls were in the crowd tonight. Like, some of my best friends flew down from Alaska to come see me, and my old teammates from the lab came to see me, and I just know they were going crazy in the crowd. I know they're so proud of me, and they were here with me all week. It really like filled me up with love. And now when I think about Phoenix, I don't feel brokenhearted anymore. I feel very, very happy, and it was just so good to come here and make so many good memories this week.
There was reportedly a gate record for UFC 263, and Dana White says he would like to do more events here in the future. For Cronkite News, I'm Harrison Klopp.
The Arizona baseball team punched their ticket to the College World Series after they defeated Ole Miss on Sunday. With the help of their home crowd, the Wildcats scored 7 runs in the 4th inning to help put them on top and win the series. Pitcher TJ Nichols says their hard work paid off.
Man, I couldn't stop smiling. It was good to just go one by one, each guy. Just a lot of memories. You know, we got 6 a.m. waits to the 4-hour practices. I mean, we just celebrated, and it was nice hugging everybody and seeing everybody's face.
In other news, ASU had 2 throwers win national championships. Turner Washington picked up his 2nd NCAA title in the discus, and Yorinde Van Klinken was also crowned the NCAA champ in the discus. Both are headed to the Olympics. ASU swimming coach Haley Flickinger made the Olympic team in the 400 individual medley. She placed 2nd in the trials with a personal best. And new Arizona diver DELANEY SCHNELL qualified in Tokyo in 2 events, the 10-meter platform and the 10-meter synchronized platform. That's it for the Cronkite Sports Report. Back to you, Isabella and Harrison.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight.
Thanks for joining us. We break it down media escapism and whether fictional TV should incorporate real-life events. That's coming up next.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.